Solana holders, we are seeing an absolutely massive moment for the Solana price that you need to watch incredibly closely. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, looking at Solana here, what we can see is that its price has now pulled all the way back to the key breakout zone at $167. What you can see is that previously we did get a breakout from Solana right at the zone. We came up, got the back test, broke off the back test towards the upside. Things were looking good. Things were looking sweet until the market decided to take a shit. And now we are back at $168. Now, what you need to be aware of is that at this given point in which Solana is at $168, it is about to make an extremely important decision. The first decision that it's going to make is whether or not we are going to be able to use this key zone of support as support again and be able to try to make another run back to the upside. If that is the case, obviously, that does mean that this could be a decent time to be going in on some dollar cost averaging. And that's personally what I'm actually going to be doing. I did pick up a little bit of Solana this morning, quite simply because I think there's a good enough chance that Solana is going to establish some support here. Another thing that kind of helps towards that general thesis is the fact that we are seeing the 4-hour RSI for Solana currently sitting in oversold territory. Now, look, actually, I did talk about the entire market earlier over on my second channel in the Crypto Catch-Up. So do go check that out down below, because I told you all the general market is getting oversold right now. We're kind of getting in a spot in which most cryptos do seem as if they're getting ready for a bounce. And so because of that, Solana fit the bill perfectly. We're sitting here on the 4-hour RSI right at a 30, which is almost an oversold territory. We're getting extremely close at the same time in which we are seeing, of course, this establishment of support. And so what that tells me is that as we're getting towards the support level, we're getting into the zone generally in which momentum does swing back into the upside, which historically means that Solana can bounce off this level. Looking at our Ballinger Bands, what we can also see is that we are now sitting towards the bottom side of our Ballinger Bands. Historically speaking, when you get towards the bottom side of these Ballinger Bands, you have a decent sized chance of making that move back to the upside. Remember, the Ballinger Bands are quite simple. You have a 20 simple moving average, and you have 2 standard deviations to the upside, 2 standard deviations to the downside. Once you hit that 2 standard deviation threshold, generally you will look to reverse in the opposite direction, quite simply meaning that once you hit the bottom side of these bands, you will typically look to try to make a move back up towards your moving average, in this example around $180. And so although it's not guaranteed that the decision that Solana is going to make is that it is going to bounce to the upside, there definitely is a chance. And because of that, I did pick up a little bit of Solana here. I actually picked up quite a few cryptos today. And again, you can hear more about that on my second channel in the Crypto Catch-Up. Now, the decision that it could also make, the opposite decision, is that Solana's price is going to crash, which is what I would call this, or dump, whatever you want to call it, and lose $167. In the instance that Solana's price does lose $167, guys, that is not good. That will then classify everything that we have seen over the last week or so as a fake out to the upside, meaning that the break of this wedge was not validated. It was actually invalidated. And historically, that does lead to even further drops to the bottom side. If we do see Solana's price lose $167, the last point of support that we have is 160. And if 160 drops, guys, we could be looking at a 19 to 20% pullback towards 128 to $130 to retest the bottom side of not only the liquidity, but the structure as well. And so knowing those things, I think it's incredibly important that you watch so closely what happens at this interaction. Is Solana capable of holding up support, or is it not? And of course, basing your next moves off of that reaction. Of course, guys, I am saying it could bounce, it could go down. I'm saying it could go up, it could go down. I don't have a crystal ball, but I am good at being ready for whatever happens. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is leave you with the summary today. And what that looks like is, if, at this given moment, I am accumulating Solana. I have picked up a little bit here because I do think that it might make the decision to hold some support and try to continue back upwards. But if I am wrong and Solana's price does start to pull towards the downside, I am expecting that we will come back towards this $160 to $155 level. And then if that level is lost, we're probably looking down towards $130 to $135. In both of those instances, I actually will be dollar cost averaging, because I just know that these different indicators are then going to start getting oversold. This daily RSI is going to start reaching that weakening threshold. We're going to see the MACD starting to converge. That's just what Solana does. And so I am willing to buy some Solana if its price does start to pull back towards these levels, maybe 150 towards 130. But obviously, it's just the mental warfare of being ready for a pullback of that nature. And so because of that, I think this video is going to do you some justice, because you'll be ready no matter what happens. And so I will continue to update you guys as this does play out, but keep your eyes peeled, set your alerts, and make sure you are prepared for whatever decision that Solana does make here, because it will make a big difference. So of course, stay tuned if you do turn on notifications so you can hear and see the rest of the videos that I do post about Solana over the next coming days as this decision is made. And so of course, I hope you guys do that. But overall, of course, I hope you guys enjoy these quick, straight to the point updates. If you do, you can always let me know easily and simply by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. Guys, while you are down there, you can actually sign up for Margex, and you're going to get up to $10,000 in sign-up bonuses, especially in a time like this where the market is pulling back. That definitely could come in handy. So make sure you do go check that out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.